Oh, there goes Mr. Humbug, there goes Mr. Grim. If they gave a prize for being mean, the winner would be him. Oh, Screechy loves his money, cause he thinks it gives him power. If he became a flavour, you can bet he would be sour.
Even the vegetables don't like him.
Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh.
Try funny does it as well.
And now, Disneyland Paris News.
It's Christmas! Hey there, hi there. Hey there, hi there, Disney pals. And welcome to another Disneyland Paris Show. Yep, Halloween was 3 days ago, so do you know what that means? It's Christmas. Now I have to ask you about this, people of the chat, people of the world, people of the listeners. Yes, am I on?
Yes, sorry, you were really peaky.
I have to ask you about this.
Very peaky when we shouted.
Is this too soon for Christmas? Because this is the way Disney do Christmas. I think that's what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
This is a Disney Christmas. As soon as Halloween is gone, boom, Christmas. Is this too soon for you? How do you feel? Because we were going round Meadowhall today in full Christmas mode with the family reign. I have to admit, we've discussed when we're going to put our Christmas tree up already.
People get really weird about when they personally think Christmas should start. I think as you get older, you appreciate it more. But some people still... I heard someone coming out of the range in Wakefield last week, and she was going, "I like Christmas, but this is too early for me."
Do you know what?
And she had disgust in her eyes.
I don't feel like I really got the Christmas spirit last year. I know, and it really, really upset me. So for me, the no time is too soon. I think we just need to get on with it and start enjoying it. So here we are, all Christmased out.
Do you know when I know we'll have gone full Christmas as a show?
How?
Is the week that you two will do a cappella Kermit and...
Oh.
No, not yet. Too soon.
That is too soon.
That is too soon. That's like, you have to work up to that. It'll take a few weeks.
Yeah.
So we do What's This next week from Nightmare Before Christmas, because that is a Christmas film. I should just point out, it is a Christmas film.
It is a Christmas
film. Not a Halloween film.
That's correct.
It has Halloween elements though, which are acceptable for Halloween.
Well, this is the thing. Bonnie, as a family, we agree it's a Christmas film. However, Bonnie was like going through shops last week going, "Oh, look, Daddy wouldn't like this because it's got Jack Skellington and he's not a Halloween character, he's a Christmas character." And you said, "No, Bonnie Bean, Jack Skellington and all the residents of Halloween Town are indeed Halloween characters, but the film is a Christmas film."
There's many, many debates about this. And you know, sometimes you go, well, people are entitled to their opinion. I think people who say it's just a Halloween film, and they say we watch it at Halloween, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong.
I feel that now is the right time.
But do what you want,
I
don't care.
I feel like you've crossed over the Halloween threshold, and you're heading towards Christmas is a good time to watch the Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's a transition film, isn't it?
It is, very much so.
But if you're going to watch it on Christmas Eve or Halloween night, it's Christmas Eve, baby.
Yeah.
It's about Christmas.
Do you ever watch it and wish that he picked a different door just to see what happened?
Oh, yeah. I feel like that could be a sequel.
Yeah.
I want him to go through the St. Patrick's door and get smashed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We once went into, I'm going to name and shame it, we went into a pub in Leeds on St. Patrick's Day, and it was the Three Legs on the Head Road, do you know it?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I have never...
I know to avoid it.
Shudder.
You know, like the movie bar brawls kind of thing, the whole someone shoving into each other and then someone facing up and then all of a sudden chairs have been thrown or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was like everything you think St. Patrick's Day is like, that's what was happening. It was like there were just like pockets of fights breaking out everywhere.
We're talking about tourist St. Patrick's Day, not St. Patrick's Day, the tradition.
Oh, no.
We're talking about how if you go into a town centre on St. Patrick's Day, it's just a bunch of people getting smashed.
People wear green and get drunk. It was that level. Oh, no. If you're a firm believer in St. Patrick and your Irish heritage, that's not what we're on about. We're on about Egypts.
Egypt,
To use an Irish word. But yeah, it was horrendous. And now whenever anyone says St. Patrick's Day, I don't think of nice little leprechauns at all. I think of being in the three legs that night and like nearly getting pulverised.
Nice.
Continue.
Ooh,
That's a bit out of the way.
All about police.
Joey is first in the chat. Hi, Joey. Joey says, "Hey, Disney lovelies, ready for lots of festive news." Have we got any news? My question this week is, if you had to design a fireworks display for somewhere in DLP, where would it be and what theme?
Easy.
Yeah?
Toad hole toilets.
Oh, Christopher.
And it would be toad hole themed and toilet themed. Why not?
I'm going with the theme of it would be a nighttime spectacular as opposed to just a fireworks show, but it would be behind the Phantom Manor, and what they would do is they would have water mist rising from behind Phantom Manor, and then they would project onto that water mist those ghosts that come out of Bear Mountain, and they would do a full Halloween thing, but mainly kind of mist and projection.
Yeah,
maybe a bit of pyro, maybe.
I would have fireworks in Captain Jack's restaurant.
In?
Yeah, so I can see what I'm eating.
Okay.
Because it's too dark in there.
The fort for Pirates of the Caribbean would be a really good place to have fireworks.
Yeah.
Like coming out of the
Oh, yeah.
fort, that'd be really cool. I'd quite
Would.
like that.
And the cannons, it could come out of the cannons.
Yeah.
Second in the chat today was Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Bonnie was third. Third in the chat.
Hello, Bonnie.
Then we've got John. And
No
Pat.
shame in a bronze.
Pat says, "Hi everyone, looking forward to tonight's episode. 15 days to go to DLP. Staying at Newport Bay this time."
Oh.
You don't have
Hey,
many days, do you?
Kelfie says, "I've got Epic Universe tickets for next year."
Ooh.
And then
Rival theme park.
I'm in the chat apparently as well. Kelfie says, "Anyone been to Europa Park or Efteling? May do a road trip in May."
You're planning an Efteling
We
jaunt.
keep trying to plan an Efteling jaunt. Whether or not it'll happen at the moment, I'm not entirely sure, but I would really like to go because it looks mad crazy. I just, the whole theming of it, it looks entirely bonkers, and I think I'd find it just very endearing.
We've got Jen in the chat and Elle saying very Christmassy. I don't think it's going to be, like, let's be honest, we're not going to be like pure Christmas for 2 months because that would get tedious for some people.
Hugh hasn't got the candles out yet.
No.
So we're not smelling Christmas.
That's when it gets
at the moment.
serious. Hilda is here. Happy holiday season. And we've got Ed and who else we got? John says, "I want to start a full Christmas, but I don't want to get bored of it."
Yeah, I get that.
I never get bored of it.
I think that in that case, I think you need to be a bit tactical. You need to have every week, a bit like a Christmas advent calendar, but do it on a Monday. You need to add more Christmas and have a Christmas theme. Like I'm inventing this in my brain right now. First week is like Christmas music, but only Christmas music. And the second week, you start adding in some Christmas films. The third week, you have Christmas music, Christmas films, and Christmas food. Yeah? And then you keep going like that
So it's
till
like
you've
a
got
build-up,
full Christmas.
like a
Build
build-up.
up to Christmas. I think maybe week 1 is just Christmas air freshener, maybe.
We brought that in because of the dog. Dog smells bad, so we brought in air. Laura said you need to get some of those Haze plugins, so I bought the plugins, but they were all like the sea and fresh air and stuff. So I went and grabbed some apple strudely smelling Christmassy,
Nice.
spicy things, and they're amazing. The house smells absolutely awesome right now.
Yeah.
It's the
Apples
best.
and cinnamon are my favourite for candles.
I get bored of Christmas, by the way, Hugh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when I get bored of Christmas?
When?
The moment you guys leave the house on New Year's Day
Oh.
in the early hours of the morning.
Yeah,
to me,
man.
Christmas is done then.
He's-
So when I wake up on the 1st of January, I can't wait till the 6th to get rid of it.
That's what we do.
It's the first is
Yeah.
go out and have a walk somewhere in the cold and,
New Year's
and like,
Day.
enjoy it. And then when you get in, box everything up.
Yeah. Agreed.
Done with it
Agreed.
by then, because then it just becomes a job that needs doing. The more days that go by.
And Christmas is laughing at you. At that point, it's laughing at you.
Yeah.
It's going,
Oh,
I'm in
oh,
the past
oh.
now. I'm in the past, and you're still celebrating me. Ha! More fool you.
Whitney from Wits Wanderlust fame says, "Hello, we are late, but we are here."
Hooray!
Kerry says, "We've already started Christmas shopping, so not too soon." Oh, I've started Christmas shopping. Andrew says, it's Hallmark movie season. Time to leave the big city to visit my parents, then fall in love with some random and completely reevaluate my life.
Can I do that? That would be fun. I'll come back again, but you know.
This is what Laura does at this time of year. Every night when I come out on a Sunday to do this, she watches another Hallmark Christmas film.
Oh, does she?
That's her thing, yeah.
And then every week you go home and she's really disappointed.
She usually I say, oh, what did you watch tonight? She says, I watched, I don't know, Christmas at my mother's or whatever it's called. And she says, I say, was it any good? And she says, well, I think I've seen it before, is what she says.
I think
I've seen it before. And I ask her who was in it, and it's always the girl who plays Victoria in How I Met Your Mother, because she's in loads of different Christmas films.
Victoria.
Is Victoria, is she your mother?
No,
Oh.
she's the baker one. She's also the sister of father of the bride daughter in real life.
Okay.
I can't remember her name though.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in a lot of Christmas films, so it's usually her.
Emily says, evening all, it's never too early for Christmas for me as long as I have festive DLP trip booked. Sadly, am I right, Scrooge? If not. John's already been to a couple of garden centres with their full Christmas displays. Now that's a fun day out. John, we love a garden centre at Christmas, but Bonnie has a phobia of certain Christmas Santa decorations and statues, so we can't go to one with her. We have to wait until she's at school. In particular, just any sort of knee-high or taller Santa Claus.
She's fine
So
with
like
bonks.
the one that we have outside our house at Christmas. Does that bother you, Bonnie?
Probably.
Because I can't reach it in the loft this year, so it might have to stay out of the way anyway.
It all started when she was very small. She was a bit nervous of them, but I coaxed her into a garden centre. I'm like, look, they're fine, come here. And then she passed the motion, with her trusting mother, she passed the motion sensor one that suddenly went, when the song that rings the sound, like that. And that was it.
Be wary of your listeners, Bonnie. Bonnie, Lucy, because that hurt my ears.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I ask a fourth wall question?
Yeah.
Bonnie, do you listen to us and have your sound down, or do you have the sound up on the iPad at the same time as listening to us, so you're hearing us like 30 seconds apart? Both. And you're watching on the telly and on your iPad so you can chat. Wow, there you go.
No.
The bandwidth is being massively used in this household.
Yeah.
And we've also got Tracy and Jen, and I think that's everyone. Cool Pasty says, good evening, hope you are all well. Are we all well?
Yeah.
think so.
I am. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'm chipper.
I'm particularly chipper today.
I feel festive today.
I agree with Fireworks and Captain Jack's. Looking forward to watching the best Christmas film, Die Hard.
Do you know, we didn't watch Die Hard till relatively recently. When I say relatively recently, I mean like about 8 years ago. But it wasn't like one of my staple Christmas films. And I was also sceptical that it was a Christmas film, even though everybody else told me it was. And then when we started watching it, it has become an every year thing now, hasn't it?
Yeah, most years, yeah.
We love it.
Pop it on. Joey wants to know where your Christmas jumper's from, Lucy. Listeners, Lucy's wearing a Mickey Mouse ski. It's very bobbly now, but it's
It was
Mickey
from
Mouse
H&M.
with some skis.
But I will say it's about 6-7 years old, so I wouldn't go to H&M looking for it. It's quite an old jumper. But it's very cosy. It's not technically Christmas because it's like it's winter and it's snow, but there's nothing Christmassy about it. So I do manage to make it stretch into January if needed.
Mine isn't festive, not festive, mine isn't Disney at all, and it's just an X jumper, by the way, I'm just going to tell you this. But I got this when I was much larger, and it's an XL, and there's just like big flappy bits around the back. It's over 15 years old, I've never bought another jumper. My brother, Si, bought me this as a Christmas present one year. He bought us Christmas sweaters.
Wow.
And was that before they were big and it was like, that's nice, thanks. Interesting. I've always fancied a Christmas jumper.
I think they'd appeared in like Bridget Jones' Diary.
I think that's where the resurgence came from.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching that and specifically saying, I'd quite like a jumper like that, because I appreciate the cheesy charm. And there are other factors as well, but I think that's the main reason. I think they would have come back anyway, but I think that is the catalyst.
Do you know, I've got another theory like that. Onesies and scrubs. Because JD was wearing a onesie to sleep in and it became a bit of a joke on Scrubs. And then onesies became a thing.
I do think, though, of the Christmas jumper, that we've reached a point now where every business out there is, like, you can get a Leeds United.
You can get a
Christmas
Greg's
jumper.
one.
Yeah.
And you've got your Star Wars Stormtroopers, you've got your Gremlins ones and everything. Like it's just this thing. So
Yeah.
I've gone off them.
There's a certain style of them that I don't like. You know, the really busy ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about some Disney?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, just before we do, because people have been saying it. With my theory about, oh, no, we are a little bit Disney, going in a bit at a time, I've just talked myself into this week, listeners, I'm going to change my bed sheets to Christmas bed sheets, and we do have some Mickey Mouse Christmas bed sheets.
Oh,
So that'll be step one in our towards Christmas, and then we'll keep, and I think we'll probably put Hugh's candles on, and then that'll
My
be
candles.
yeah.
Do you know what Hugh suggested, by the way, whilst you were getting ready and we were setting up? He suggested that we might want to move to a different room next week for the show.
Ooh.
I know. That could be interesting.
To do a cozy one.
We
Just,
almost did it straight away and he said, hang on a second, let's prepare ourselves for this properly.
Yeah, it was too sudden to do it today. We just think the sound might be damper in the
Yeah,
living
there'll be
room.
less echo, and it might be nice and comfy and cosy as well.
Yeah, just in time for Christmas.
Yeah.
So we are going to Disneyland Paris. I know there's people in the chat who also have Christmas Disneyland Paris trips booked. Good for you. We are going in 25 days, which is very, very exciting. That'll be our proper like bridge to Christmas. That, you know, this is what I'm thinking. You know the film Coco,
Oh, yeah.
how they're celebrating Dia de Mortis
Yeah.
in the real world,
Yeah.
and then they pass the bridge, and
Yeah.
then they go to the Phantom world.
They do.
Yeah. So I think that everything now is in the real world,
Yeah.
and we can do Christmas there, and then we'll go on our Disneyland Paris trip, and when we come back, we'll be in the Phantom Christmas
be
world.
real Christmas.
It'll be full Christmas. So that's the plan. So anybody wants to ask us anything about our trip, or want to know what our plans are, tell us. We have mentioned some of it already, so I'm not sure where to go. But I just thought that is a Christmas topic.
I'm looking forward to the Christmas snacks being revealed. I'm kind of hoping that they reveal some before you go, so that we can make you try.
I
them.
thought you meant today, and I thought
Oh, no.
I don't have any. How do I tell him I don't have any Christmas snacks?
We can talk cocktails today, though. Can't we?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can.
And if
Let's.
we've got time, I can show you a couple of things we bought for Bonnie's Christmas outfits.
Yes.
For DLP today, we went shopping.
Oh, cool. No, I meant Disney snacks anyway.
Yes.
I meant let's see what
So,
Disney
so,
snacks are going to be.
suddenly we've got a lot to get through. Oh, I wanted to say quickly,
Okay.
We've got 3 trip reports as well.
We have got some trip reports as well, yeah.
because we mentioned this on the Extra Magic Time show, but we teased it on the show, and that was from talking about Umbongo
Oh, yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. AJ got in touch to say, as a huge DLP fan, it was nice to hear you talking about Umbongo on your last show. I was the producer and sound designer for all those ads, and after all these years, it's great to know you guys are still talking about it.
Drinking it.
Nice work, guys. Enjoy your shows too. Andre also sent a follow-up message, but for some reason, neither of us can seem to see it. It's really weird how this
Have you got it?
Meta Business Suite thing works, because I still don't have it.
Hang on a second, because I think I do have it.
You do have it, because
Yeah.
you read it out last time, didn't you?
Please hold.
Please hold.
Please hold. Cheers, Hugh.
Ah.
There was another short-lived drink I did too, called Moonshine, but I think it's no longer around. Anyhow, thanks for your message you sent, and keep up the fun on your podcasts.
That's a dodgy name for a drink, though, Moonshine.
I remember
isn't it?
Moonshine. I remember it. I'm going to find the...
Because isn't that like bootleg anyway, bathtub gin?
well, I guess, yeah.
Oh, Elle says, by the way, I have lots of questions about your trip. Should I wait for EMT?
No, ask away. We will get to them.
Yeah, it's DLP, so it's okay, isn't it?
It's all DLP,
It's all DLP
yeah.
related.
All
therefore,
DLP.
Therefore, we can talk about it.
Oh,
Do
we
you know what will help us get through this quicker?
What's
yes,
that?
This drink.
do that.
Hey, ole, it's showtime. All together.
Your tiki 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 cup in your tiki 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 cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, now drink it up from your tiki 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 cup.
We've got Santa cups today that Chris bought us a couple of years ago. But it'll speed us up because, Chris, I've got some energy drinks today.
Not at this time of night.
I know, it's Furosity. I didn't realise till I was queuing up that it's a Tyson Fury drink. You don't have to have it, you can have something else.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can drink an energy drink
But
at this time of
I'm
night.
having it. Well, because it's Mango Mayhem.
This will be your second today, though.
Yeah, but do you know what? I find Pepsi Max way more effective than an energy drink
Okay.
in giving me a caffeine rush. It's up to you, Chris. You can decline.
Tyson Fury's energy drink.
But I'm having one.
157.5 milligrams of caffeine. I'm out. And it's got taurine in it as well. But thank you. I'll have a
Right.
taste. I'll have a taste.
Here, and then I'll get you another drink.
Yeah, that'll be. That's. Oh my.
How many
word.
milligrams of caffeine is that?
Enough, I think.
So we're going to listen to some trip reports. We're going to
tasty.
talk
Really
about
tasty, sorry.
cocktails. But before we do, let's not forget Halloween happened this week. And whilst we're not going to talk about what happened in the parks, because I think that we talked about it preemptively a lot in the last couple of weeks, and it would just be repetition, we are going to talk about what some of our listeners did for their Disney decorations and Halloween. Are we not, Christopher?
Yes, we are. Sorry. Hugh's hands are shaking as he poured his drink.
I think it was just at a certain angle. Look at that. I think if I get my little finger involved, I have a little quiver.
A little quiver.
So who is this?
This is Pauline, I believe, and Childers. Look at that.
Oh, that is ace. So for the listeners, Pauline has gone as, well, it's the three witches out of Hocus Pocus. And Pauline has done a rather amazing Bette Midler.
It's really good Batman, I
So
think.
yeah, so she's got the teeth and she's got the buns. It's quite wonderful.
It's gone to number 2 of the pictures instead of number 1. So first off, I wanted to show these awesome pumpkins by the way as well. Some really
Yeah.
nicely carved pumpkins. I can't remember who these are though. I should be able to find it, so bear
So
with me.
we've got a Mickey Mouse, really good Mickey Mouse detailed there. I've done a simple Mickey head in the past, but nowhere near as detailed and as accurate as that. Hilda has just said, reminded me, it's the Sanderson sisters.
Yes.
And I know that Mary is the one with the high-pitched voice. And then I don't know what the other two's names are.
I don't either. I don't have a clue. These pumpkins though belong to Jade.
Well done, Jade.
And then the last one is this little
That-
beauty here from Ruben.
Is spectacular. So Ruben made an Oogie Boogie costume for his son. And it's glorious. It's got visible stitching.
exceptional.
It's shaped. The face is shaped. It's amazing.
Can I just recommend to any of you, if you can see this now, then great. But if you're listening to the description as well, get onto the Disneyland Paris page on Facebook and look at the video that Ruben's put up, because his
This
son
is the
is
Disneyland Paris
Oh,
Show.
his son ate
properly
it.
going for it on,
Yeah.
on Halloween night.
He's
and
working that
It's
burlap
brilliant
sack.
to watch. He's so good. I would have been beside myself to see that
Yeah.
in real life.
Outstanding work.
Really. 10 out of
great.
10. 5 stars.
Beautiful. Well done.
Yes.
That's that.
Marvellous.
Marvellous.
Right, we have some questions from Ellie K. Okay, first, is there a preferred way, Calais to DCR? When I've checked Google Maps, it gives 3 options. When parking at the parks, do you just show hotel booking to get free car parking? The answer to that one is yes. Anyone staying at a Disney hotel gets free parking, and you'll just show. Last time we just showed our Magic Pass, and presume it's the same. We will report back. Now the route, I drive the car, but Hugh navigates, and we do have a preferred route, but it does
Straight
it.
down the A1 or whatever it is, pretty much. That's definitely the way that we've gone the last couple of times. The first time we went, we stayed in Amiens for the first night, and you can go that way around, and that avoids tolls, I think, pretty much entirely. Maybe there might be some when you get close to Paris, but you miss the main tolls. Whereas if you go down the A1, I believe it's the A1. If you go down the A1,
I think
then
it's the
there's
A1.
There's definitely tolls there, and it's around about 25, 26 euros, like it was last time I did it, I think.
We do
I think.
tolls.
I'm not 100% certain on the cost, so don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've been, but
I will say the route we do, and I presume this is the one you just
Yeah.
mentioned, that you get fed onto a dual carriageway off the train,
Yeah.
and the dual carriageway turns into a motorway, and then
Yeah.
the motorway turns into a dual carriageway, and then the dual carriageway turns into the circular road for Disneyland Paris, and that's it. It just goes.
It's really straightforward.
So
It's-
easy.
It's like every time I've been, it's been relatively quiet as well. It's not.
Yeah,
not
it's quiet.
overcrowded- Not overcrowded road, presumably because of the for
Tolls.
the tolls as well. So I would go that way if I were you. Whichever one says it's the quickest, as long as you're happy to pay the tolls, that's the way I'd go.
I'm quite looking forward to driving again. It's been a while. It's taken the weight off the packing because it is winter. I now feel like I can comfortably take 2 different winter coats with me and 2 different pairs of boots in case one gets soggy. Whereas if you're flying, you just can't do that, can you? So, yeah, it's just the boring bit in the UK I'm not looking forward to. 5 hours to Kent is the worst bit.
Yeah, not fun. Do you know about some cocktails?
Love to.
Because the Skyline Bar, I can't even speak. The Skyline Bar has a new menu. Or I'm just reading here from DLP report, so just to give them credit, they're 5 years old. You know, that sort of thing.
Oh, I know.
5 years old. Eh?
Oh, they'll be going into
Preschool.
proper school
Proper
soon.
school, big school, yeah.
Must be hard reaching 5 years now, like in our shadow, you know, because we did it first. But we don't have anywhere near as much news as they do.
I'll just answer this while you're
Yeah, go
just
for it.
about to do that. People are asking, do we stay over in Kent? Do we do it in one go? We stay over in Kent both ways. In fact, no, we're staying over more like not Surrey. What do I mean? We're staying near the Dartford Tunnel on the way back, so that we're a bit closer to home. So Hugh can get to work in the morning, and then he told me that he'd booked a day off, but that was the original plan. Anyway,
You drive on your own though, don't you, Lucy? So
I do,
obviously,
yeah.
From me and Laura, when we've shared the driving. So coming home, we've always gone back in a one. So she does a 3 hour drive in France, and then I do the 4.5 hour drive in the UK. That's how it generally works.
yeah.
And we've always had our overnight on the way there once we're into France. And
Yeah.
actually, the first overnight we had, the second time we went, our overnight was actually at the Campanile, right by the parks. We just drove down and got there.
Yeah.
And then had the night there.
That's a good plan.
Bob says Essex, Lucy.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I can't remember where it is. I need to look. It's a Premier Inn. I love a Premier Inn, if you know this about me.
Yeah.
Oh, and also on that, Mike says, "Hi guys, love your show and vlogs. I have a question. We're off to DLP on the 19th of November, and we've only been during summer.
Love it.
Seriously, how cold is DLP in the winter?
Well, we were debating this because we went the end of November a few years ago.
We have hot hands on standby. We've got loads of them. Well, we've got some of them.
And it was flipping freezing. It was like stinging nose, going inside all the time. We had hot hands everywhere.
It was quite wet and cold. It wasn't like winter frosty. It was just wet and cold.
However, I presume anyone who's in the UK is experiencing this as well. It's been 14 degrees all week
it's been
here.
beautifully mild, isn't it?
And it's like going to be 18 degrees a couple of days next week. And I'm like, France getting this mild weather too, because the worst thing for me would be to pack a big winter coat and thick jumpers and then be absolutely blethered.
Well, yes, except that it depends. If you're driving, it's not so much of an issue to chuck a coat in the boot, is it?
True.
If you're on the train or in a plane, then it's a big extra to take with you. I would treat it like Southern England this time of year personally, and know that when I went in Halloween, the first time I went, it was freezing, and we used the hot hands a lot. When we went at Christmas, it was even colder. So, yeah, November tends to have cold snaps, doesn't it?
For those who don't know, hot hands are little, like they look like tea bags.
Yeah.
And once you take them out of the wrapper, they're just air activated, and they're just little heated things that you put in your pockets.
They last for a couple of hours.
They last quite a while actually, maybe longer than that.
Yeah. And you can get them at pound shops.
Yeah, I got
The
for like
dirt cheap.
69p.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
sorry, Chris.
Drinks, yes. So here's what's happened at the Skyline Bar. All the Infinity Stone martinis were reworked, except for the crowd favourite, yellow. The new series, Skyline Multiverse, has appeared, and the signature cocktails have been reworked as well. And the drinks are now €2 more expensive than they were
Of
before.
course, yeah.
Oh,
So, do you want me to go through them?
what
Are
a
you ready for them?
surprise!
Let's have a look. There's quite a lot of drinks here, so it could take a while. This could be the entire show right here.
Yay.
Purple Power Martini cocktail is vodka, sky... Yeah. Hang on. Raspberry flavoured sky vodka, red vermouth, cherry drink, blueberry drink.
Ooh,
I've never been a martini girl though.
No, I like a martini.
Do you like
I'm a martini girl.
Yeah.
I'll often have an espresso martini.
Oh my word. That's
Often
hardcore.
is maybe stretching it.
Green Dimension Martini cocktail is Hendrick's Gin, Paragon Vetiver, or whatever, cordial, fresh lemon juice, cucumber, basil syrup. That's a gin martini.
Ooh.
Sounds a bit
Yeah,
serious, that one.
I'm never sure about these savoury flavours on
Savoury.
on cocktails either. Continue.
Blue Infinity Martini cocktail is Tanqueray gin infused with rosemary and thyme, pear nectar, elderflower liqueur, blue curacao. How do you say that?
Curacao.
That's the one I said. Flavoured syrup.
Again, I'm going with the rosemary. When we did the Artist Point is it called? The Snow White meal in Disney World. Anyway, I got a cocktail that had rosemary smoke, and they lift the lid off and it goes ooh, and I'm like, oh, that's spectacular! How wonderful! Did it for the effect, and it was gross.
I had to have it.
It was absolutely gross.
You wouldn't have it?
No, I wouldn't. I sipped it and I'm like,
Well, the thing is for me, if a drink's horrible, I'll complain and I'll turn my nose at it, but I will drink it. Because it's kind of the fun of it. It's like, oh, this is horrible, but I will drink it. Lucy will just go, I'm not having that.
It's difficult with cocktails, isn't it? Because with beer, certainly with real ale beer, if you go into a pub, you can ask to taste it and they'll give you a little bit and you can see if you like it or not. With a cocktail, it's a bit of effort, isn't it? Yeah, that's not for me, give me something else.
Yeah.
What was next? I'm still going for the purple one, I think, at the moment. I think that's the one that seems better to me. Mystic Yellow Martini cocktail is infusion of lemon sky vodka, lemon liqueur, lemon curd, Italian meringue and biscuits. Now I think that one's as it was.
that one I'm having.
Yeah,
Lucy likes lemon meringue.
I do.
I
like lemon meringue.
Not something I go for.
It's one of the best.
Yeah, it is.
Orange Soul Martini cocktail is cinnamon infused Flor de Carne Extra Secco 4 years rum.
What?
Cinnamon infused rum. Palo Santo Paragon Cordial, passion fruit nectar and egg white.
Okay.
That sounds okay. And the Red Reality Martini cocktail is Espolon Silver Tequila, cranberry nectar, red fruit puree, pomegranate syrup and red fruit espuma.
I have not known what most of these ingredients are.
Yeah,
but I am definitely going for the lemon one.
I keep asking myself whether I'm reading the English or the French here as well.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
I'm a very simple person with cocktails. I like to just see ingredients I recognise and like. Some people are a bit more kind of, ooh, let's try this.
Well, maybe Lucy, you'd like a bee's knees. It's 7-year aged rum, Paragon Labanum cordial, lemon juice, lager beer and honey. Does that sound like your
Lager beer?
Lager beer.
Not so
lager
much,
beer.
Not so much on the lager beer.
Not quite there with beer and cocktails.
No.
I've tried one before and it wasn't for me.
They're not winning me over so far. See, we don't drink in Disney particularly. We certainly don't go to these bars, and this isn't drawing me in. I'm not going to lie.
What about
some people?
What about a bacon infused Jack Daniel's whiskey, maple syrup, ginger ale, and Angostura bitter?
Are you having a tin bath?
That's a Skyline old fashioned.
No.
Okay, what about
bacon? Is this one of those things where they actually have like caramelised bacon stuck out the top of the?
Well, I don't know. It's infused.
Oh.
I had a smoky. Lucy got me an alcohol-free gin, was it? And that was smoky flavoured, and that just tasted like bacon to me.
Oh no, sorry.
It was gross. I drank it all though. I always do.
Tracy says, "Give me a bee's knees." She also says, "What's Lucy making? Did I miss it?"
Okay. You didn't miss it this week, but I was talking about it last week, so I was making the other half of this last week. This is for one of my Disney bounds for my winter trip. And I was challenging people to guess what my Disney bound was based on the fact that this is the colour I'm making something of. I'm wondering if I should show them the other garment that's...
Okay.
Shall I go get it?
Am I allowed to have a guess?
Yeah.
Is it a 7 dwarf?
No.
That's your guess.
Right, I'm going to go
Go
get
get
the other garment.
Louise says, hi guys. Emily said, last year we were there on the 18th of December and it was pretty warm. None of us used our thermals, just jumpers and an open coat. Every other year was glacial. And Elle says, we're going at February half term, definitely expecting that to be freezing. Now, earlier when I said it was wet and cold, I was thinking of January when we went.
Yeah.
Christmas when we went, I remember it being quite chilly, but not particularly frosty or anything like that, just a lot colder. January was quite miserable.
When I went just to the village in January with work, it was really cold. It was very uncomfortably cold. Here's a piece of advice for you. As a football coach, both my kids play football. One of the things that we get them to wear quite regularly is skins. Now, if you go to Decathlon, you can pick up skins for pretty cheap, like £10 or so each, and it's just skin tight undergarments, not thermals, but kind of light wearing thermals. But it could be a good idea to get a set of skins because skins are quite small to carry around, and then if you don't need them, you don't have to wear them.
Yeah.
You can always pop into a bathroom and take them off, and they'll fit into your bag.
Layers, baby. I'll be wearing my Han Solo cosplay hoodie, which I haven't worn since January 2020. 2020.
2020.
Shall I show it now or after we've done?
Now.
Okay. So
Oh, I've got it now.
this is a flouncy bow for the neck, and this is a winter coat. Who am I? That's my current Disney bound.
Oh, you must be grumpy. No.
Oh, Cool Pasty says piglet scarf. Incorrect.
Oh.
I suspect that was before they saw the coat, though.
I'm bored of going through these drinks.
Yeah. Do you? Here's the thing.
There's 2 more pages of them.
Right. There might be a time in the future which I'll be very, very, very sad about when Bonnie may not come with. Oh no. Let's say that Bonnie will always come with us. Bonnie will always come with us, but one day Bonnie will be over 18, and we may go and start drinking alcohol in Disneyland Paris. And I'm just wondering, is it favourable and preferable to get a buzz on in Disneyland Paris, or does it ruin your day? Who's done it? Who's had a bit of a sesh at Disneyland Paris? How did that go?
Has anyone gone too far? That's what I'm interested in.
People have gone too far in Epcot, because I've seen them go too far. You know, they've got like tequila cellars and stuff in Mexico.
There's a crawl, isn't there?
Yes, around the world, drinking around the world.
Can you imagine just being absolutely battered?
It's the heat in Florida, because it's very it's no fun being drunk and hot, is it?
No.
And the thought of walking around Epcot in the middle of August drinking is just like, what are you doing?
I'm
Anyway.
okay with that idea.
Yeah.
Have you seen the people have guessed?
So we have had some guesses. Pat says Mary Poppins, Tracy says Godmother, Emily says Fairy Godmother, John Parker says Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. I presume John Parker also means Fairy Godmother. Correct, it is Fairy Godmother, who I am bounding as this time.
I'm going to get the stuff we bought for Bonnie's as well today.
Do that.
Have a look at that in a sec.
Do that. Do you even order alcohol? Because you go on the meal plan, don't you?
Yeah.
So you can order alcohol. Do you order alcohol with your meals?
Well, no, because the meal plan comes with a free soft drink, so we just usually have a soft drink. I have had a beer, actually. When we'd had a very, very long day and then walked around Santa Fe for about 45 minutes trying to find the way in, and we finally sat down to have our meal there, I had a beer then because I'd got nothing left to give, and we knew we still had to walk back to the hotel we were staying in afterwards, so I was broken that day. That's the only time, because you walk a lot in DLP, don't you?
Yeah.
In any Disney park, but that is the only day I remember from all of our visits where I was just broken. I was done, and a lot of that was because it was freezing cold that day as well.
Yeah, that does, because you actually use energy to keep yourself warm as well, and it's also not as fun, dare I say, in certain ways.
It was still fun. We had a great time.
Yeah.
It had been a good day, but I think the boys had they were still very little, and the other thing, it was possibly the second day, so you get there all excited. Don't forget, it was our first trip. We got there all excited. The first day, we dropped all our stuff off and we ran to the parks and we went and had this massive, fantastic day. We had our evening meal. We strolled back nice and late. We went to sleep at 10 o'clock and fell asleep straight away, and we were up at 7 because the kids were up at 7, and so the whole thing started again.
Yeah.
And it was a really, really long day.
Yeah, that's tips to people who are going for the first time or the first time with kids. Pace yourself.
And we didn't book to eat till 8 o'clock, so by the time we were eating, we were just done. We should have been eating at 6. That was the real thing.
Yeah.
Never mind, day.
Tracy says, not a sesh, but a few drinks with meals is fab. The wine selection with a meal at Ratatouille is perfect. And then Tracy also asks, is Bonnie cinders?
No.
That's your answer.
That was almost disappointed, though.
Well, I hadn't really thought of it. We've basically been working with what we've got as far as Bonnie's...
Is she Gus Gus?
Well, actually, I'll go get you some parts of one of Bonnie's bounds and you can guess what she's going to be. And Hugh will talk about...
Well, also, I was going to add, Whitney says, never at Disneyland Paris, but the first time I was old enough to drink at Epcot, I got pretty tipsy, and a cast member on Mission Space said, please don't throw up on my ride. I did not. Wow, Mission Space is, if you're going to throw up on a ride, it's probably that one. Emily says, we have the odd lager, but I wouldn't want to go over the top at Disneyland Paris unless child-free and there for at least a week. Pat says, we never feel the need to drink at DLP. We get naturally merry and high from everything Disney and the atmosphere.
Here, here.
Tanya says, a soft drink was not included in Captain Jack's and Chez Remy with half board, only in Cape Cod this September.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And at Run Disney DLP 2019, someone took LSD, took off all their clothes and fell into the lake in Adventureland.
We did that as a
I was
piece
gonna
of
say, did we
news.
report that?
Yeah.
We did, because they were found
They
in
went missing,
Chelsea.
didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
naked.
Are we going to look at some of these clothes now?
Oh, I'm going to show this one
Oh.
to start with.
Yeah.
So this is a pair of burgundy Ugg boots. They're not branded Ugg, but you know what Ugg boots are like. Furry suede boots. That I got off Vinted for Bonnie for £5. And that was nothing to do with Disneyland Paris or Disney Bounding. They were just £5 on Vinted.
nice boots.
Just nice boots.
Yeah.
But then we thought, well, these are perfect for walking around in the winter. So we've constructed a Disney round around these boots. And I would like you to guess what Disney Bound you think could go with burgundy Ugg boots.
Burgundy?
What would you call them?
That's-
Mulberry.
Cranberry.
Cranberry.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think? Cranberry?
Yeah.
It's on the purple side of red.
Is
It's
it,
a reddy purple.
is it LeFou?
Jen has said Anna and Elsa. I will say that doing one for Anna for these boots, that is also an option.
Yeah, that could work.
But it might be a day 2 option because we have one. So, Emily says they're wine coloured. Yes, they are wine coloured.
Chris said ooh a second ago. What was that about?
LeFou, I said.
No.
Oh.
Before she got the boots, you went ooh.
Oh, because I was about to say something, but it's okay. It's
moment's
housekeeping. I'll do it
Okay.
later. It's fine.
Well, we got this jumper. This is from Primark. We got this jumper that could go with this outfit, right? That was-
It
yeah.
would go under the coat that goes
Now
with this outfit.
it's stripy in a way which might make you think of the Cheshire Cat. It's not the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah. Made me think of that.
So, once we decided on this, she's also got jeans the exact same colour. And then we bought a fluffy winter coat off Vinted again, the same colour. So she's going to be head to toe the same colour as this. Any clues? It's also one of Bonnie's favourite characters.
One of Bonnie's favourite characters. Oh, is it Bing Bong?
Bonnie, could you come in and tell people, but go and get the character from upstairs who you're going to be?
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
We also got Bonnie this, just like this will go under stuff. Like it's just how do you describe this jumper thing?
It's a
like-
cream polo neck jumper.
Yeah, but right here's the thing I got most. I was quite excited about these in the shop, and Bonnie, and this again it's in Primark, and Bonnie was saying you're so excited about these boots, and I realised it's because I'd had one of these Furosity drinks. I had Tropical Thunder, but we found that we're looking for some like plain-ish boots. But I think these are quite Star Warsy. We
Ooh,
got
yeah.
these white boots, and they just got this detail on, which is kind of almost like something Rey might wear.
What's the name? The other one.
Leia,
No, the other one.
the other one.
Yeah. You know, Natalie Portman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Padme.
Padme, thank you, yeah. I was going to say Amidala.
But basically, she's wearing her Belle outfit that she's worn before, but she's putting this polo neck jumper under it and those boots with it.
Nice, yeah.
That's that.
Keep me
Now
up.
here's the answer to the wine-coloured Crocs.
Oh, yeah. I think
They are going to be
Lots of hugs.
they're going to be Lotso Bear. So,
This is my Lotso hat, by the way. I'll be wearing this.
Yeah.
but
Bonnie.
we've got her a fluffy headband to wear instead. That'll make her into Lotso.
There's no grey there. Lotso's also grey.
There is on the headband.
Is there now? Well, that's
Yes.
good then.
I
good.
might get her a grey. Maybe I'll knit you a grey scarf to go like here on with your
25
Open
days.
coat.
that'll be fun.
yeah.
Along with
Have you
this.
seen how much I've done of that already? Yeah. It'd be fine. It'd be good.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, no, Lotso is not evil by nature. The Lotso Bear, Lotso Hugs, was very well loved family toy, and he only became bitter and resentful when he got replaced. So as long as me and Bonnie have promised to love our Lotsos unconditionally forever, they will never go evil. This is Totso. So this is
Totso.
this is my Lotso, which is a tiny Lotso.
I
we call
named him Totso.
Yeah.
Nice, I like that.
And then Bonnie's got the other Lotso.
Got little magnets inside. Do you know what I just realised? This Primark bag, I was looking at it, and it's
Christmassy.
it says this bag makes great wrapping paper,
Yeah,
and it's like
it does.
there's a section in
yeah.
the middle for you to cut it out and use it as wrapping paper, and I will.
What an awesome idea.
That is an awesome idea.
I like that a lot.
Hey, I tell you what, we've started doing at work. It's quite groundbreaking because I work in greetings cards. We've started doing wrapping paper, but instead of being in a plastic wrapper, it has an extra sleeve around it made of the same stuff, and then you just tear it away, and that's recyclable.
Yeah.
So it's like a wrapper made from the same material as the wrapping paper.
Yeah.
Very
And you
good.
and we all oohed and ahed in the meeting when we were shown that.
I love it.
It's nice stuff like that. I like things like that. Can I just do a bit of
Yes.
housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
Yes.
A quick bit of housekeeping. Something really annoying happened this week.
Oh
I
no.
published last week's show as a podcast and the week before's as well, because obviously I was away the week before. And on Tuesday, something happened on the website and all of the podcasts, they disappeared. They just vanished for the best part of the week because I only realised yesterday that this was a problem. So a lot of you won't have had the last 2 weeks' podcast if you're a podcast listener as opposed to a viewer, or if you're a viewer who listens again anyway because you just enjoy the sound of our voices and you want us in the background when you're doing things. So I apologise for that, but what it means is you're now going to have potentially 3 episodes backed up when this one comes out. So this message really is for those of you who listen when you're listening, as opposed to those of you who are viewing right now, to say to you, if you haven't had the last 2 episodes, you can go back and listen to them still because they are there now and everything's fixed and it's all back to normal because I managed to fix it. Hope that's
Yay!
Chris always fixes it.
He does. Chris will fix it.
I want to show these
Please
boots
don't
again.
associate me in that way.
He's so excited about those
They're
boots.
just, like
They
I
are
say,
pretty cool.
they are Star Warsy.
Yeah.
How much were they? They were about £14 at Primark, not sponsored.
Non-spon.
I think that's a good Star Wars bound option.
It is. It is. We may talk more bounds in the future because I have some others in mind. But thing is that your base level won't get seen much. It's your overcoat that'll get seen. So you have to do your bounds around your overcoats.
I'll just be wearing mostly Christmas jumpers because I've got about 25 Christmas tops.
Wow.
So yeah, I can wear one a day up,
We're going to
up
see
until
your
Christmas.
goofy skiing shirt at some point.
Emily is saying,
Where to wear that?
how
Where
long
to
is
wear.
your DLP trip? It is 3 nights, 4 days.
Have you got stickers?
No.
I've got on my list to take some stickers,
We haven't got any, have we, at the moment?
but I've only got like a handful. I don't think I've got any mango ones left, or was it tiki cup ones?
Someone was supposed to place an order, and that's me, and I haven't placed the order, so we don't have
I might
any.
have something. I've got something somewhere.
I'll have a look this week and see if I can get
So
some
if we
new
bump
stickers.
into anyone in the parks, there might be a sticker in it for you. Do say hello.
Certainly get a handshake.
Yeah.
Yeah? You look uncertain about that.
Yeah, I'm wondering, do I do handshakes?
You'll certainly get
I'll wave
get
at you.
a smile.
Yeah.
Maybe a smile. A surly smile.
I wonder how many people do recognise us, but just say to each other, oh, look, it's them.
What is it with that hue?
Oh, yeah. No, it was, what is his problem? That's the worst review I've ever got.
What is his problem?
No, it was like, just
what is the problem with that?
what's the problem?
It's fine.
Can I just point out?
No.
Before we went on air today, we said, oh, there's no news today. There really wasn't. There was a couple of small bits. There's no news today. Oh, no, what we're going to talk about. Never mind. We've got 3 trip reports, and it's now 18 minutes past 9.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done any trip reports.
Yeah, we've only got 2 trip reports though, so it's all right.
Have we still got Suzanne's and Pamela's?
Suzanne's and Pamela's, yeah. Do you want me to do a trip report then?
Should we do one? Yeah.
Audience trip roundup.
I just put on the end. I think I've done
Yeah,
that
you
before.
punctuate that nicely.
Thank you. This is from Suzanne Miller, and this is going to round up our summer trips, and then Pamela's going to round up our Halloween trips.
Okay.
Either this week or next week, depending on how long this takes me to read. Hi Chris, here's my trip report from the end of July, start of August. It follows on from the short update I sent about the Olympics and the Deadpool Speakeasy Bar, which you read out a while back.
I remember that.
Yes. We, 2 adults, our 10-year-old son and 8-year-old daughter, stayed in a Golden Forest room at the Sequoia Lodge for 4 nights from the 29th of July before spending our final night at the Disneyland Hotel. We didn't really make use of the Golden Forest Lounge. We missed afternoon tea, and they don't let you take cold bottles up to your room anymore. Oh, that's rubbish. We might stick to a standard room and just get breakfast in the park like you do next time. After our Olympic weekend in our previous trip report, we spent 3 days in the parks. The weather was scorching at around 35 degrees, so we took things slower than usual and went back to the hotels more. Although the queues stayed comparatively low, they were noticeably higher than the first weekend when the rain was constant. Monrive Royal, after Early Magic, I took my daughter to Monrive Royal at Disneyland Hotel. We headed up to the boutique on the 2nd floor to check in and pay for the experience. However, they built in time for the children to choose things, but as she already had her dress, they told us to come back in 20 minutes. The makeover cost €95 and included hairstyling, makeup, face paint and a photo shoot. It was a lovely experience, and overall I think it was worth it because of how they treated my daughter. Her fairy godmother was really sweet, and the photographer spent ages with her, even taking some pictures of us both together. Web-slinger upgrades. The boys had headed over to the studios and bought the Iron Man and Black Panther accessories before going on web slingers.
Oh, the actual sort of wrist attachment thing.
We've got some of those, but we literally bought them on the last day, so we never got a chance to use them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you want to lend? Do you want to lend?
Do you know
them
what?
to
Yes,
us?
I'll hunt them out and lend them to you. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes, absolutely. They recommended asking cast members to unbox them and show you how to use them because one wasn't working and they immediately replaced it. I wish we had done the same thing because one of ours, the Spider-Man one, the retractable web, wouldn't go back in quite a lot of the time. It didn't matter. It
Wouldn't retract.
Yes, but it was okay. The accessories are fun and make you better on the ride to increase your score, but they are very expensive for what they are. I agree with that. The boys used them, and Bonnie used them for a New Year's film they made.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seem to remember them doing that. Yeah. Auberge de Cendrillon. As our daughter was officially a princess, we went to Auberge for Auberge D for lunch. I nearly said Auberge for de lunch. The meal was delicious, but the children struggled. We popped into McDonald's on the walk back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's nice to know that's an option though. If it don't work out, pop in McDonald's,
Yeah.
get them something. To put in their bellies.
Food-wise, it would have been just great just for the grown-ups, but the character interactions made it worthwhile for us. Our favourite was Merida, who we've not met before. She visited us twice and was so funny. She told us she'd heard there was an archery competition nearby and she should have taken part. I wonder what her Scottish accent was like.
She might have been from Scotland. Merida is from Scotland.
I know.
Yeah.
Chris is just wondering what that might have sounded like.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit like Captain America, you know.
Yeah, or if she's maybe spent so long in Disneyland Paris that maybe she's picked up a bit of a French accent somehow.
A little bit of French.
Yeah,
Mary, Queen of Scots, had a thick French accent.
There you go. But Merida
Is in no way
Brave
related. No.
And Captain America said, "I would never do that."
I would never do that. Back at the hotel, we had a relaxing drink in the bar and played Match the Castle to the park in the gift shop. We won a Sequoia Lodge sticker for getting them all right. Thanks to the Imagineering story on Disney Plus for that.
Yes.
The next morning we had an early breakfast and drove to the Disneyland Hotel. We went into DLP and rode Peter Pan. We were heading to Florida next year, first trip as a family, so we wanted to ride that and Ratatouille so we wouldn't feel the need to brave the extra long queues there.
Yes.
We pre-ordered our lunch at Cowboy Cookout in the app, which was really easy, and then strolled over to Frontierland. Lunch was filling and delicious.
Like that little cowboy walk that you do.
Like Clint Eastwood. Lunch was filling and delicious and meant that we were able to go straight to the Lion King. The show was wonderful and I would really recommend it. However, towards the end the lights came up and we had to be evacuated. There was a stampede. We were able to give the cast, who were still on stage, a round of applause before we were led out. We had received notification that our room was ready, so we took the train to Main Street. Definitely a good call, as we were all, as well as the Shade and the rest. We unexpectedly saw Mulan waving to us as we passed and headed to the hotel. Disneyland Hotel. I've never considered myself a 5-star hotel person, but I may have been spoiled by this stay. It was heavenly. I was obsessed with how cool they kept the hotel. as well as the delightful scent that is everywhere. We'd booked a deluxe room and found we had been upgraded to a terrace. The room was so beautiful. When we checked in, the cast members asked my daughter who her favourite princess was, and she said Belle, and we found that we'd been given a Beauty and the Beast room. The conflict I have about the Disneyland Hotel is that, to me, its primary value rests in it being right at the entrance for when you're exhausted and you feel hurt. But it's so expensive that you want to take advantage of all it has to offer, but then you wouldn't be tired.
Yes.
We managed a balance as the heat made us much more tired than usual, so we were happy to have such a short walk and then wanted to rest in the room to recuperate. This is one of the things for me, back before it was refurbed, the whole reason we booked it was because after going with my parents, we said, wouldn't it be great to be able to just pop back to the hotel? And I think, had we been there again, Mum and Dad might well have popped in for a couple of the days we were there to come and stay again, because I don't think they would stay without being that close, but I don't think they would pay the cost of the Disneyland Hotel to do that.
No. Oh, sorry.
Kids Club and meet and greet. My daughter and I went to the Kids Club and she enjoyed reading the magic books, iPad enhanced. They offer crafts too, but I don't think there would be a lot for older children or reluctant readers to do. Still, the cast members were welcoming, and it is good that they offer the service. We were delighted to meet Jasmine for the first time. I booked the Princess Meet in the app and we checked in. However, I probably could have done this earlier, but I didn't realise it was under our Disneyland Hotel booking. There was plenty of availability, especially from mid-afternoon, but you can't modify. Rather, you have to cancel and then see if there are other times available. The cast member told me that later in the evening you can usually just pop in as there aren't often many guests. So there you go, top tip. Deluxe Lounge. We went for afternoon tea in the D Lounge and it was really impressive. We had teas at other lounges in previous visits and they're lovely, but this one was more than I'd expected. The food was delicious, varied and high quality. They offered us a bottle of water to take away with us, so perhaps just ask if you want something for your room. We had more than we anticipated and didn't need dinner, and the concierge kindly called the restaurant to move our PIN booking as there wasn't any availability on the app. We headed over to the studios and enjoyed the low wait times for Ratatouille, RC Racer and Tower of Terror, and I bought a bellhop hat to go with my Usher costume to see Rocky Horror, Lucy.
A what?
A bellhop hat to go with her Usher costume.
Yes.
Usher the singer?
Yes, Usher the singer, who is well known for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Before heading back to the hotel, pool, we went for a swim. And it was lovely. I've been concerned it would be too grown up, but but there were other children there. The whole pool area has this feel of a spa: robes, fluffy towels, and even Clarins products in the showers, which was a nice treat. I also met a sweet toddler who was obsessed with my Encanto Crocs. For your information, you don't get access to the lounge after breakfast on your checkout day, but you can still use the pool. We popped out to watch the drone show, but decided not to stay for the fireworks. I would say that you can only see the highest fireworks from the glass walkways at the Disneyland Hotel, although I saw several people there as we walked back. We had a chilled morning rather than rushing out for extra magic. Where we had a light breakfast in the lounge, again varied and delicious. I had expected it to be the same as the Golden Forest, but they have other options. They also said we could take a few pastries and, when I asked, gave me some napkins to take them away in. We had an early lunch at Pim Kitchen, third visit in 2 years, and the same table each time. I'm getting concerned that we're on a list. Went on our favourite rides at both the studios and the main park, and then spent the late afternoon in the hotel's pool. Royal Banquet. Finally we had dinner at the Royal Banquet, where we were seated opposite the buffet with a view of the castle. Perfect. The food was again excellent, but for the price only included one soft drink, and charging €9 for a subsequent 250ml soft drink is appalling.
Yes.
They got less from us as a result, as we opted for a carafe d'eau after the included drink. Still, the food was lovely, and we discovered that our 10-year-old likes lobster, so we probably made the most of the cost. The characters were fantastic. They came around twice, and each interaction was wonderful. Goofy remains my favourite. He's so much fun.
He is.
We had a wonderful evening, and finally headed back to our car to drive to Park Asterix for the final stop of our holiday. No review of Asterix. It doesn't say that, I'm just telling you the results at the end of the review. Thank you for all the information you gave about the DLP. It's really helped to make our holiday special. Best wishes, I just said.
Best wishes.
Best wishes.
Suzanne.
Suzanne,
that report was varied and delicious.
Couple of things that jumped up for me from that. First of all, fountain drinks and refills and upcharges are one of my biggest pet hates, because the cost to the restaurant it's soda water, which is carbonated water. It's tap water with carbon put in it, and then it's a squirt of syrup, and it all happens inside a machine, granted, but we're talking that much syrup. It is, to say it's pence might be an exaggeration. It might even be less than pence.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and the upcharge €9, that is criminal. And when because it always used to be included in various like your fixed price menus, and I remember reporting on it as news that they'd taken it away, or that only one was included, or they weren't refillable anymore, and it's just penny pinching.
You only ever seem to want one more anyway, don't you? You don't want 3 or 4 big fizzy drinks in a meal.
But it's not that it costs them anything to give you it, it's just that they know they can make money out of you by not giving you it.
I mean, in France they do have taxation on sugary drinks, I think, so
okay.
that's probably part of the reason it's up. But then I have a bugbear about that, which is diet drinks don't contain sugar and therefore shouldn't be part of the taxation, so you should be able to buy a Diet Coke for less than you pay for a Coke, a full fat Coke. But yeah.
Before we go, guys, because we've got a question in the chat, but if we can't answer it, I want people to have a chance to answer it in the chat. For Elaine, who says, my daughter's support worker is staying at the Disneyland Paris Hotel. Is there anything that you recommend she does while there? I mean, I personally don't know of anything in the Disneyland Paris Hotel to recommend to do.
I wouldn't.
Is there much to do?
Well, they have little shows,
People in the
which
chat.
more like ceremony things with like the residents of the castle that they've changed over Christmas. They're calling them something else. Was it like the Keepers of Time or something? Do you remember a couple of weeks ago we reported on it?
Yes.
But find out when that is from the concierge or whatever. But in the lobby they have like little ceremonies with fantasy characters who apparently live in the castle club.
Yeah.
So that's always lovely. That's something unique. You
Elaine,
can
are
do
you
there.
thinking of a little bit of pixie dust here, or is it like looking for something for her to do when she's not busy? If that makes sense.
I'll tell you the other thing that kicked up from that report is, I'm finally convinced it might be worth it to try and stay at the Disneyland Hotel, because that's the first person I've heard say totally worth it, really magical, 5-star resort. Everyone else has been a bit, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, having said that, I just don't think we're ever going to be at that income bracket. It's that simple, you know.
I wonder if this, because Louise says in DLP overall she can't miss the shows. What if Elaine's asking, recommend? No, I think she's asking just about the Disneyland Hotel, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I agree, don't miss the
not
shows,
the park,
particularly Mickey and the Magician, I would recommend, hard recommend.
Bonnie's writing her DLP packing list while watching the show today.
Yay!
Oh, also, Elle said earlier, I'm so glad you said, you just said 3 nights, 4 days. That's what we're doing with the same drive from Leeds. So I was thinking, am I crazy driving for a short trip? We went for
1 night.
just over a day when it just opened, after, like the first week it was open in 2020. And we were there like just over a day, was it? We went all that way for...
We were actually at Disneyland Paris about 36 hours, I think. But we only stayed 1 night in the hotel and then we drove back. And yeah, nonsense. But I'm glad that was one of the best trips we've had. It was quick. We appreciated everything. There was no one there.
It was quiet.
It was so
did
quiet. It was just unbelievable. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah, we are staying, like I say, with the UK stays, it's going to add up to 5 nights.
Yeah.
4 days, but it's 3 nights, 4 days there.
Well, we've done 3 nights, 4 days when we've driven down. We have done 4 nights, 5 days as well. But yeah, I don't think you're mad. I don't think that's all.
Any amount of time.
It's time to go.
It is.
Oh my word! What are we doing? Anything special in today? Got no plans.
We've got some updates on our Florida trip very briefly that we can give. We're going to be talking a little bit about Agatha, but without any spoilers because we haven't seen it.
I can't spoil it because I fall asleep every time. And like last time I thought, no, I'm going to sit and watch this. And I think I lasted for the recap of the previous episode. Honestly, I didn't see any of it.
Not a spoiler, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it, by the way. I think it's...
Elaine has just got a last minute question in going, what shows in DLP do you recommend for my daughter? And I would say Mickey and the Magician. Boom. Thank you, Chris. That's what I would recommend.
Press finish. Yeah. I have a button that says finish on it.
So thank you very much, guys. I've been Lucy, these have been the boys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Bye, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Have a fantastic week.
And Happy New Year.
Yes.